everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. We are always happy to have new guests here at the Live It Up Leslie channel. Today I just wanted to bring you a quick video on how I took this orchid arrangement. I took it from just plain old pots and made it into something simply beautiful and stunning. It costs very little money, simple, easy, affordable, just like how we like it. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a lot of orchids here, okay? I took advantage of some sales that were taking place at my local nursery, which is where I got this pretty beauty from. She was actually $40. I got her 50% off and only had to pay 20 bucks for her. And then this beautiful magenta orchid. This is a Phalaenopsis, and I was able to grab this one from my local warehouse club. It was actually under $9. They just had racks of beautiful orchids that had just come in, and I decided to grab this one. Just a little tip, I know orchids can kind of dismay a lot of people. They don't want to try orchids out because they have a bad reputation as being high maintenance. But if you find an orchid that's under 10 bucks, go ahead and grab it and take it home and see how it works for you. I've actually had this orchid for about a month. Some of the blooms have already been spent, but I still have these big, beautiful white blooms, and it's performing very well. And this one I've had for about a week, and she's doing just fine. I have them in an east-facing window, so they're able to capture the sun when the sun comes up, and it really seems to like it there. Now, also remember, though, with orchids, they like a warm, sunny spot, but they also like it when evening comes. They like for the temperature to go all the way down between 60 to 65 degrees. It sort of mimics the tropical environment that they grow in, and that's when your orchids will perform the best. So that's just a little tip for you. Okay, so you see I've got this beautiful orchid pot. I got this at my local nursery as well. And orchid pots are specifically designed to let the orchid breathe. It makes air around the orchid pot right here, so you don't have to remove it or replant it. Orchids don't like to be soaked in water, and they don't like to be put in soil. Orchids grow on trees in a tropical rainforest, so that's something you need to consider as well for your orchid care. But I've got this pot. It was so pretty. It was on sale, of course. But these are pretty large orchids, and I've got a Boston fern here, and then I also have a cute little mini Phalaenopsis that I got on clearance, of course, from my local nursery, and this was just $10. However, the young lady let me have it for $5 because she's about to be spent. She's seen some better days, but here's the thing about orchids. If you take good care of them, you give them a nice sunny environment and mimic their home, they will come back. When the blooms are spent, cut them all the way back so that a new stalk can form, and then you should have, with all of these orchids, you should have orchids all year round. Now, I've got a lot of orchids and a plant, and I also have this cute little air plant that I picked up as well that only ran me about $5, okay? But I've got a small pot. I'm going to show you how to maximize your space and give you a beautiful floral arrangement for, just as you can see, very little investment, and it'll give a big wow statement for your home. Now, this is all about illusion and magic tricks, okay? So we're gonna start off with our purple Phalaenopsis. She's a beauty. I'm just gonna pop her. I'm gonna move this one out of the way. I'm gonna pop this young lady all the way down in the pot. You're gonna lose my face because I'm gonna be covered in orchids, but that's okay. You can hear my voice. So I'm gonna pop her down in here, alrighty? And you can see how orchids, they've got this orchid being trained to grow in a beautiful cascading effect. That's such a beautiful effect in your floral arrangements. Now, I'm gonna also pop in a Boston fern. I'm just gonna squeeze it all the way down in here, all the way down, all the way down. So now I've got my cascading orchid. Beautiful. I've got a fern in here. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. But you know, I do have this little pretty phal. You know, she's about to lose the rest of her blooms, but she's pretty nonetheless. She will come back, so we don't want to get rid of her either. So let's see if we can tuck this one all the way down in here as well. I'm gonna give it a good push. it's okay to be a little, you can manhandle your orchid a little bit. We don't want to crush our orchid, but we've got to get it all the way down in there. So here we are with our little baby phal, and let's just get her arranged where she's facing outward. Now don't worry, we're not going to leave them like this. We're also just going to arrange it where the Boston fern is going to cover a little bit of that. And then I, of course, have my air plant, which I believe I'm going to stick right in there. Cute little air plant. Let's just get our ferns. And this is a baby Boston fern. She's going to get bigger. She's going to get bigger. But then we've got our beautiful white Phalaenopsis. We don't want to leave her out. This is a pretty big potted plant. Maybe too big for this arrangement. So what we're going to do to give the illusion that we've got a lot, we're just going to slide her right here and position her. See that? Turn her around and look at that. Now, here's another thing that I wanted to show you. We're going to cover this up so that people won't be able to see our pots. Now, I'm pretty sure no one's probably going to be able to see it at your home, but I do have some green moss that I got from my local nursery. We're just going to give a little cut here, and all you have to do, it's so simple. Don't worry about the mess. We will clean it up. See how it looks? What a beautiful shade of green. We're just going to pack it in. Just pack it in. Now this moss that I got was actually for such a large bag. Was only, I believe, $19. Now I shop at my local nursery so much that I actually had a $25 credit for like a rebate because I shopped there so much. And so I pretty much almost paid little to nothing for this huge white Phalaenopsis and this bag and the planter. We're gonna just tuck this in right here. As you can see, it just gets tucked in, taking very little of that moss. I mean, just a little bit is all it takes. And then we're gonna go, I'm just gonna kind of get over here. Put some over here. And just tuck. All you have to do is tuck it. One more little spot. Look at that. Some people like to leave it hanging out a little bit just for a little added texture. You can do that as well. Now I do have one little thing that I'd like to do. I've got a couple of branches of willow branches. Willow branches can be quite costly, but there's a wonderful lady at my nursery and she was able to snag me a couple. So I'm gonna get the willow branch and pop it in here and we'll see how the arrangement looks. Okay, so I am back with the willow branches and I think we'll probably just go with this one. This is a shorter one. So let's just see how she would look. You know, I don't know why I personify like my plants, you know. Somebody give me a comment in the comment section to let me know if they do the same thing. I refer to them as he or she. I don't know why I do it. It just comes naturally, so forgive me if it offends anyone. But I'm going to just pop this little branch right in here. I've got my air plant right in there. And here is the finished look. We can keep this in here for as long as we like, and all we have to do when it's time to water is pop them out. I'm going to show you how I water my orchid pots, my orchid plants, and it's very quick, it's very simple. You know how I don't really like to move my plants and make a mess all throughout the house. So if you just keep watching, I'll attach that video on how I water my orchid plants and then pop them back in the planter. So this is it, guys, and I hope that you like it. If you really like this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. It's always warmly welcome here on the channel. And until next time, guys, be good to yourself and each other. I'll see you soon. Bye.